Defend yourself against DDoS attacks by hiding your true IP address with ExpressVPN, and visit my custom link expressvpn.com/ghilliemaster in the description to find out how you can get an extra 3 months free. Hey everyone, and welcome to another GTA Online video here on the channel. Today I want to talk more in depth about the new jet that we're getting and discuss more of my thoughts on how it could work in the game, taking into account the real life jet that it's based off of, because there are just so many ways it could really go about doing this, and I just want to express those ideas in this video. So the new jet is more so based off of the F-35 than the F-22, but it also kind of looks like the jet from Black Ops 2, the FA-38. In the gameplay here, you're going to see both the F-35 and the FA-38 from Black Ops 2. I downloaded mods on PC for them. So the F-35 is a multi-role fighter jet with stealth capabilities, and depending on the variant, it can also have vertical takeoff and landing capabilities. And right now in GTA Online, the only jet to have VTOL is the Hydra. And in terms of stealth capabilities, there are no jets that have that, unless you count the Alkonost. So the question then becomes, how does Rockstar go about putting all of these aspects of the jet into GTA Online and have it be balanced? Or even just work in general? As a basis, we already have stealth aircraft mechanics. We have 3 different types of stealth aircraft mechanics, actually. There's the stealth propeller on the ultralight, which is an upgrade that you purchase, where if you slow down enough, it puts you off radar. So we know selling stealth as an upgrade is possible. There's the Akula method, where you press right on the D-pad to switch stealth mode on and off at will, with your weapons unable to be used while in stealth mode. And lastly, the Alkonost stealth mode, where you just have to be a certain height in the air to be off radar, and your weapons are still usable. Which doesn't mean much for the Alkonost, because you can't really bomb at that height anyways. The main issue here, though, is that VTOL, stealth mode, countermeasures, and the bomb bay all conflict with each other on the controls. They all are activated by a right press or a hold on the D-pad. So if Rockstar wants to include all these mechanics on the aircraft, then they would either have to make some new control settings for it, or they'd have to make some compromises, or perhaps give us the choice through upgrades as to what we'd rather have, VTOL, stealth mode, or traditional countermeasures. The screenshot they posted doesn't really give us much in terms of them being VTOL capable or not. The only thing we really get from the screenshot of the jet is that it looks like it has 2 gun placements, one on each side of the aircraft, which would make the distance between them more similar to the Hydra than the laser, which has them really close together. I've seen a few comments stating that there doesn't seem to be any other weapons on this jet, and there could be 2 reasons for that. Number 1, since the F-35 is a stealth fighter jet, its weapon systems like missiles and bombs are held internally instead of externally mounted on the vehicle, and that's to help it aid in stealth so that the armaments don't reflect on the enemy radar. Or there's the second reason, which could be that the extra weapons are upgrades that you can put on in the hangar, and it just comes default with the machine guns. It could be either one of those. Now, if I were the one designing the game, the bomb bay would not be a separate input like right on the D-pad. For me, I would assign it to a hold on the X or square button, so you hold the X button to open the bomb bay, and you press it to cycle through your other weapons. That way it leaves the D-pad open for other things like countermeasures, stealth mode, VTOL, and still allows the plane to have bombs for weapons. But since that isn't the case for GTA Online and the controls aren't that way, I think there are a few different options here. Number 1, the plane comes stock with VTOL, but you activate it with a hold of the D-pad instead of a press. And then for countermeasure upgrades, you have the choice of stealth mode or traditional countermeasures, like chaff or flares. There will be no bomb bay, and the weapon choices are just lock-on missiles and the guns, which I hope are just fast-firing machine guns and not cannons. We don't need a stealth aircraft with ridiculous cannons that exist currently. Option 2 would be it comes with stealth mode instead of VTOL activated with the press of the right D-pad. There would be no countermeasures because stealth mode would be considered a countermeasure, and it gets a bomb bay with access to different bomb types along with missiles and the machine guns. Or there's option 3 where maybe they give it the stealth mode of the Alkonost, where it's only off radar once you get to a certain height in the air. That way they could still give it VTOL mode, a bomb bay, in the whole 9 yards, while still having it serve as a stealth aircraft. As to which way Rockstar is going to go with it, I'm not exactly sure, but it could be the most feature-heavy aircraft we've ever seen if they implement it right. I kind of like the first idea of giving us the option of having countermeasures or the stealth mode, and then having VTOL swap to holding right on the D-pad. It just sucks because if they did decide to go that route with it, then they most likely wouldn't be able to give it a bomb bay with explosive bombs or any bomb type you choose, because the holding right on the D-pad would be activating VTOL. The other thing I want to talk about is the handling. I really hope they don't just copy and paste the handling from specifically a bad handling aircraft like the Molotov or the Hydra. If they want to copy and paste the laser handling with handling upgrades on top of that to make it even better, I probably wouldn't have an issue with that because the laser does already handle well as it is. But the biggest buzzkill, I think, would be the jet coming out and it not having good enough handling to be able to compete in dogfights against the already existing aircraft. Because at that point, no matter what features you give it, it's going to be useless if it can't dogfight. But anyways, those are some of my thoughts about the new jet and what I think it needs to be a good fitting aircraft in GTA Online. And now I'm going to extend the conversation to you guys. What do you think the jet should have to be successful in GTA Online? If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like as well as subscribe to my channel for more GTA Online content, especially next week when the DLC does release. I also want to give a huge shout out to all my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a great day.